All right. So where I left off last time was talking about doing mining trips so I can finish up some of this stuff. I'm gonna try something new. I don't think I have any actual ability to do a montage or something like that, but I'm not gonna make everybody, wait around while I'm doing this mining thing. So I'm gonna try to. I'll do a lot of cuts here, I guess. I'm just emptying out to give myself plenty of room there since I don't have any other storage right now. It's got battery. I need to get tank filled. It's about how.
Air tank critical. Oxygen low.
Okay, that's as good. How are these guys doing? They're still not. That's fine. It's 23 degrees in there. It hasn't gotten too hot yet, so that's good. And of course, my shower thing came up. That's fine. It doesn't do anything anyway, just annoys you. Alright, time for some mining. And I'm back in here. I'm about to lose my vacuum because I'm going to use this before it's all sealed up. I don't want to, seal it up and rely on that because I don't have any storage for that gas yet. And son of a gun, I was supposed to get in here before then. Man, I just really hosed myself. Oh, I guess I got this still. Forgot about that. Alright, nothing to worry about. Everything is as planned. Okay. Get that opened. Get that filled. That's empty water, that's empty water. Never put that in there. Ooh, thirsty. That one's gonna be extra. How are my mushrooms doing? Still thriving. See, it's day 5 and I still have 12% of that tomato soup. That's definitely a reason to, and that's even, they even lowered the nutrition on that. It's just crazy. So yeah, I'm happy to not be using that. Wait for that stink to go off me a little bit more. Impatient. I'll come back in here when I have more cables and I can get the computer running and kind of get that stuff automated here real quick. Okay, that's at 88, so I'm good here. Need iron. I'm gonna pull the copper out of here real quick. If I can keep from filling this up with any more air. I mean, copper just gives CO2, or steel just gives CO2 and pollutant. It's not real hot, obviously. It's 61 degrees, so that's what iron puts out. I'm gonna get this going. And then I want to get those into there. And I'll dump this iron straight into there when that's done. But to get that at least, yeah, get that going. Which actually, yes, I will go ahead and do one more iron because it is going to need, just to get my basic setup up there, I will need some extra. Some extra iron. I cannot even begin to tell you how many times I put that on there sideways that way. It just doesn't look like it's aligned that way to me when I set it up. Okay, I had, oh shit, I thought I had some, dang it. Do a couple iron sheets. I thought I had a couple sitting there, but it was plastic. Okay, now I can pop that out. That copper was supposed to go on the other one. And now it's combined. Man, I'm screwing up on this hard today. It's not even early like it was when I was doing that stuff yesterday. Well, I'll just get this going first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick that back out. Okay. One, two. I've got plenty of pipe. Okay, I need liquid utility. Two of them. I need some more liquid pipe. Just 2 will be fine. Just keep it an even number there. I need a cowl. the cal seems to drain the liquid better than the passive vent, and plus you don't have to have it attached to a surface. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but that's kind of what it seems to be. So that's what I'm going with. I don't need to do that there, but that's going to be in case I need to do a temporary storage before I get my actual storage set up. Then I can just throw some pipe utilities on there. So basically it's going to be, once this compresses to, well, with the temperatures we're talking about 6 megapascals, the pollutants are going to compress down and go into this liquid spot. It's going to immediately then, this will get pretty cold, but it's still going to gas off, and then it's going to exhaust out here. I'm going to stick my head through here, and I think I can put this directly on the valve. Might not be able to. I usually do this when I did the test of it, I did it one position back there, but oh yeah, I can. Okay, that's all picked up. Okay, so now that that's set up, I'll do my storage for the gas over here with I'll put a regulator in here so that when this is all pure with no liquids in it, I can. Oh, that's right. I'm going to need a lot more iron for shoots. I'm going to go ahead and do that before I get back into that room to do the programming. It's not going to take long to do that programming. Just want to make sure I get this stuff going, and I can actually load it up. I think that's enough. Well, it definitely is enough. Don't need that many on this backside, but I forgot to count. I think I needed just 8 total, so yeah. So I'm not going to pretty out that. If you don't put anything on the end of the chute, it's going to dump out anyway, so that outlet is basically just a waste of a couple I didn't name it. Where's my IC label? Oh, I'll have to go in there once more. Still going to pile in some stuff here. I do need some copper going. I'm going to need some... actually, I just have a bunch of copper. That's alright, though. I don't want to smelt the lead or the silver yet because those give off... I think they both give off NOS. So... yeah. Just keep those there for now. Is everything looking good? Let's go ahead and swap out this, get that charging. Oh, I guess I did. Well, no, I haven't turned it on yet, so it's fine. Yeah. That should still be empty. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll wait for that to seed. Just... I forgot to do more cables. I can't do the programming. If I pull the light off, I can at least get it on there while the stink goes away. That's fine. I don't need that. Alright, this is going to be fairly straightforward. We're going to have the arc furnace. We'll just have that on that slot. We'll have the exhaust vent on D1. And actually for right now, that's all we're going to have. Go ahead and do main. So if you... This is basically a standard arc furnace automation. If you look at the import slot, which is 0, and then if it's occupied, you want to look at that. We're going to save that to R0 for now, and then we're going to compare that with the output slot, which is 1. Let's see if that's occupied, and then if R0, so we're going to do set if it's greater than. We're going to reuse R0. We could use R2 if we wanted to, but I'm just going to reuse this because we won't be caring about that again. So we're going to see if R0 is greater than R1. So if something is in the import slot and not in the export slot, then that's going to be our trigger for turning on the for activating the arc furnace. So activate R0. Actually, I'm also going to force it to be on because I've got, I'm still running out of power occasionally. And if that happens while it's actually activated, so if it's actually, smelting stuff, it gets a little bit weird. And you would have to manually go in and flip the switch on the arc furnace. I'm not going to have that ability because it's going to be inside that glass. I mean, I might be able to get by from leaning into it, but it would just be annoying to realize that it's not on when it actually looks like it's still smelting, but it wouldn't actually be on. So that's going to activate the arc furnace, which will, start smelting. And then at that same time, we'll also have the exhaust vent that will turn that on. And then that's really all we need to do. Do the standard stuff, do a yield up here. And this will just loop back, and then so it'll keep on running. And there's plenty of room on this chip to add more stuff later on. But we'll have to have more cable to get up there and do that. I am now not smelly. Drink a little bit of water here. Get a little bit of food. Grab my labeler that I forgot. Anything else I'm going to need? I don't think so. So let's go get some more cables. Probably just do like 20 of them. No messing around with that. Gonna need plenty of cables, so got no copper in there. That'll get me 18. That'll be better putting a full bar in and getting, a ton of them. Do I spend 4 of those already? Nah. I'll save that because that's not that important to have that backpack. Not until I go out for another big mining, but I want to have this all set up first. And it's already getting late in the day, I think. Yeah, so we'll have the whole night to get all this stuff ready and just melt away. Did I turn that off? Yeah. Turn it off too, even though that's just like 5 watts. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's only 5 watts, but this is 100 watts. That's a big battery drainer, so. Yeah. Now let's get the fun stuff done. I say the fun stuff and people are probably like, oh, but it's programming. But I mean, I used to love programming, but at this point I've been doing it for my career for 20 years. And yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I hate my job. I'm so ready to retire. You know, even if I just, I don't care. I really don't care what I do. I'm not going to be in tech anymore after I leave my current job. I'm just done with it. All that, and I didn't. Well, it is what. Oh, I don't have the data cable on there. Took the label out there, but I didn't label anything. You can still get it somewhat there though. I'm not gonna know which. Which active vent, because I've got several on the circuit now. I've got these two and then that third one for the exhaust. Those other ones are on a separate circuit now, so at least I won't screw up my airlock by doing this. And a storm's rolling through. And see that automatically kicked off. So it's a good thing I didn't try to do mining tonight. And it is day 6, so usually storms, you know, wait till day 7, but not so much. See how this is doing up here. Yeah, it's gonna have to build up some pressure first. If you look at the temperature on that, it's coming out at 0 degrees. So copper comes out at 0, iron comes out at 60. We'll have to see what silica and gold come out at. Because something has to come out fairly hot, because I was getting like 120 in my last one as a combined, when I was getting like 60 before. So it's going to depend on what I cook to see what temperatures it is. Because yeah, heck, with 0 degree CO2 and I could just dump that straight into there, and you know, it would cool the room. But that room's going to be heating up when I get the chips going, the grow light going, and all the plants going. It'll start warming up quite a bit, and that would actually do enough to cool it. I mean, yeah, there it starts to liquefy. And then it just goes into here, and then you can see the liquid evaporates pretty immediately. Yeah, that's -7. So I could actually, I might eventually take a direct heat exchanger from that, and then for my storage over here to cool down my storage, in case this actually ends up getting warm, because it warms up when it evaporates from it. Is that right? And then it cools down when it condenses. No, this should actually be. Either way, I might be able to harness that temperature change and that phase change to cool down my storage gas. Maybe not. I might be thinking of it the wrong way right now. Either way, it'll be fine. It's not too important to get that cooled down anytime soon. It's going to be kind of a long-term thing for when I have when I get my phase change cooling going set up, and I'll just have a permanent 20 degrees Celsius line that's going to be able to handle a lot of capacity. And it's going to be a real simple setup. It'll only cost 300 watts. And it could, when I did a test, because I only have four squares of, 4 rooms of the air in there, even at like 115 kPa, I was able to cool it down from like 40 degrees to, I was just trying to see how far it would go. I could dump it down to, I think, negative 60 degrees in something like a minute off that 300 watt setup. It was insane. So I'm definitely going to have enough cooling capacity. I'm not going to set it that low, obviously. I'll set it at 20, 25 degrees. And then I'll just run radiators that are passively cool that room. But that definitely has enough capacity to go ahead and cool, a couple portable tanks, which is what I'm going to be running there. Which I guess I could actually get those going. So I've got copper now. I'm going to want our regulator. Just one. I'm going to want a portable gas tank, which is a lot of iron. Sun's coming up, but my panels, they're going to be dang near destroyed after this storm. They do like, I think I've seen 70% damage after a single storm, which it's a lot. So I have to get up there and I'll definitely do the cheese of just disassembling and reassembling here. Yeah. It's so expensive to repair otherwise. Well, I guess not really. It's just annoying to do it. Yeah, I'll have enough to do it that way. I think I have. Nope, it puts it on the wrong side. Yeah, there's nothing that says I can't put this out of space. And then did I do? I was gonna have it run up the side there, but I guess I'll use this side here to run up it. I'll do a power coming up this corner. Just running up beside the door there. I'll just loop it around here. That'll be fine. That will hold quite a bit. I think it's something like, I don't know, by the time I actually need to drain it through there, I'll be able to do that probably 10 times before actually, what's the Yeah, that's 60 liters is all that's in there now. That so I can do that. Yeah, more than 10 times. As long well, yeah, with the pressure, we'll see. I'll be able to do it quite a few times. Um, but I'm using portable just because kind of want to. They're kind of fun to use, and you can move it around. And if I want to move those, to a different place to cool them, I can. Although it would be better in one of the Type 2 tanks, which I'll actually have once I drain the oxygen tank back there. But I need to have my atmospheric unit set up to filter and fill up my O2 tank before then. Um, yeah, so I don't want to get jump the gun on that too much. Okay, that's not going. So I can go ahead and drain this out of here. If I had cable. And I had power. Okay, so that was still going there. Okay, get some cable going. I'm actually going to go out there and do that fix on the solar panels here. Because I'm losing power. So it didn't do too much. I'll just do one at a time. And after this mining trip, I'll go ahead and switch to heavy cables and get a whole lot more of these guys up here. I'll just be pulling in a ton of power, for that short period each day. I mean, it's already pulls in a lot, but I mean, if you can imagine just tripling this setup, that's that's a lot of power compared to what I burn. If I do get bored and set up solar tracking, I might. Well, we'll see.
Hydration critical.
Because once this battery room's here, I'm going to stack up 2 batteries, and that's going to be just a lot. I thought I dumped a. Oh, there were some partial stacks in there. Yeah. I've got a little bit of time before I'm gonna be too parched. Not the most efficient cable design there, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and purge that out of there. And I'll probably eventually add that well, I'd have to add a gas pipe analyzer on here, I think, as well, if I were to try to automate this. Because I don't think I get any of that stuff from the active vent. I might look at that. I don't think there's anything for it though. If it could tell if there's liquid in the pipe. Because because the active vent I don't think is actually part of that pipe network. The passive vents are like, if you look at it like this, that's got a pressure and everything, and then the active vent does not. That's why they made insulated ones of these. Even though it would seem weird, because I mean, if it's open to the atmosphere, but what that does is it keeps the heat from transferring like into here. If that stays at a another water bottle. Just keep 2 of those guys around. Okay, that's got seeds. Okay, this right here is 36 steel. 2 egg tops. I've got more egg tops. So 4, that's going to be... Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'd like to wait to vent this out till this room gets warm, because I'll use that as cooling for a while, because I think this is 15 degrees. So every time you release air from it, it's going to cool down. Yeah, 15.2 is what it's at right now. So it's going to keep on cooling down the room. But then when I finally release it all out, it'll put this actually a little bit high pressure, like 120, which the plants don't really like. But as long as I keep a full tank on me, and then keep my backup tank, because I'll have a backup tank by then, filled up here, which I'll have automated as well. We'll be all set. So let me see here. I don't think there's anything else I need to do in here. Probably should have eaten. I'm not at 42. This should be done. This regulator pulls so much power. That's 100 watts for that, and I had never had a pressure regulator. First of all, one that had a pump built into it, because that will, that's supposed to saying don't fill up more than 9 megapascals, and it pulls this lower pressure in there, pumps it in there. It's just silly. Pressure regulator, there should be a manual one. That just works like any other pressure regulator that anybody has actually used. If you use air compressor, air tools, or anything like that, you're going to have a pressure regulator. It's completely manual, no power used. And this pressure has to be higher than the set pressure for the air to come across here. So, for this would just have to be anything over 9 megapascals could bleed into here, but this would always be, at 9. megapascals. So, or at least, um, yeah. It's gonna do get, yeah, 8 iron. I'm gonna get ready for the mining trip for tomorrow. I do want that mining backpack. If I don't do it now, then I'll forget and I'll use the iron and I won't be able to make it. The backpack I will be able to make, you know, whatever, but just not make it before my next trip. And then with that, I can go ahead and store the stuff that I'm not going to smelt right away. And because I'm just using a regular backpack, when I go mining, I'm just going to be like, plop. And then everything's going to fill up into the backpack. And I can just mine away. I don't think using a pneumatic drill is a good idea out here, even though the temperature is high. It's pollutant. And I don't think it condenses at any pressure at this temperature. But even then, if I were to have that in there and I were to bring it inside here, it might cool off because I'll be using the standard tanks. So if it starts cooling off and it gets low enough temperature, because I'll be in vacuum here and I'll be in, you know, human livable temperature in there. If that starts happening and then that tank condenses and it, like, you know, blows up in there, I'd have a huge problem because that would kill all the plants. It'd be so much pollutant. It would mess me up. It would be bad. So I'm gonna avoid that. What was the next thing I was going to do here? Oh yeah, I was going to do those solar panels. But now I'm short on iron, so I'll have to wait till the next big mining trip there. I can go ahead and get some heavy cables going though. Because I will need a lot of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll probably just go with like a full stack before I actually go up there to do that. I'm gonna get over here. I know my tools are getting fairly low, so I don't want those necessarily, the big ones and the tools. So I'll just have those on standby here at night. That needs a charge.
Hunger caution.
Actually, I've got it. Right. What is it? Oh, there's one. Shouldn't need any of that stuff for quite a while. Try and figure out ways to be productive until I go out mining in the morning. that's 6, and I've got 6 heavies. Okay. That gets up there, so if it's going to blow, it's going to be where I won't notice it. Solar panels don't take a whole lot of gold, but they do take quite a bit of iron and copper. Got 2 up there, so I'm going to want, I've actually, just going to want 40, 40, and 10, and that'll get me squared away for the rest of that. Some food. Not hurrying up to get the full bar yet, but yeah, once I do this big mining trip, and then I'll be able to smelt all that stuff, and I'll be able to make all, that next tier of stuff, the atmospheric unit for right here to do my oxygen tanks, the my recycler, so I can go ahead and put this in there and start munching into biomass. I could probably put the flooring up there for the second floor, because that'll help to get things a little bit more organized, because I can start putting lockers up there and storing stuff properly. And then probably go ahead and get the furnace built. It's daytime, I'm in here wasting away. And actually, I need to check, see how long I've been recording. Yep, that is actually probably all the more I should be doing in one edit here. So, even taking it out that stuff. So, I'll leave it here. I'll just get prepped to go mining, and I will probably actually, I might actually go ahead and do the mining now. I'll just cut it out and end the recording here. And when I come back here, that'll be kind of where we're at here. So shouldn't mess up the continuity too much. But yep, that's the end of the recording. Have a good one.